Welcome to the weeks 3 and 4 GoTo training for art design and location shooting. I want to quickly start out with a very brief overview of your location research assignment. I will not go into much detail. If you need further detail, please refer back to the weeks 1 and 2 video. So basically, you are researching 3 locations for your mini doc. I supplied the 3 location information sheet forms for you. You're required to put 2 Google Maps images onto each of your location forms. You must fill out the forms in their entirety, including the shoot days. I am requiring you to give an estimated shoot day, knowing that you will be shooting next month in electronic field production. And this is not a contract. These dates can and probably will change, so just give me a ballpark time period. For scripted versus actual location, the scripted location is where the location takes place in your script, the intended location. The actual location is where you actually are. For example, your scripted location, may be in, let's say, Dr. Smith's office, but due to some meeting or something taking place, the actual location that you are interviewing Dr. Smith happens to be in a library conference room across the street. So that would be the difference of scripted versus actual location. For each of your location information sheets, you must have 3 permit applications or a statement if a permit application is not needed. You also need to submit 3 location agreement forms. You were given 2.5 weeks to do this, and I hopefully you did not wait until tonight to get all this information done. And again, Full Sail does not cover insurance, so if insurance is needed for your locations, you will be responsible to do that yourself. Again, the statement, if you do not need a permit application, is a minimum of 200 words, where you're required to tell me what you need instead of a permit and who you spoke with, along with their contact information, who told you that you do not need a permit application. And these are the questions that I require you to answer in your statement. Again, you can find all of this in the assignment directions. Again, who do you contact to find all this information out? You start with your state's film commission office. Failing that, go to the county or city clerks or the physical site itself, or contact your local sheriff's office. Again, a location agreement form is required for each of your 3 locations and must be filled out and signed. This is all this information will be required for electronic field production course, so please make sure that you keep all of this information handy. And a quick overview of the rubric for the location research assignment. Again, this is gone over in detail in your previous videos. So the course of a glance, you can see that Wednesday your location research assignment is due, Friday your location stills assignment, Monday of week 4 your location panorama assignment is due. Again, this is because I need to have these 3 assignments graded before Wednesday morning, so I know whether or not you will be continuing on to your next month's class, or will be retaking art design location shooting next month. Because of that, extensions are very hard to come by. I do need documented proof, and you do need to contact me as soon as humanly possible. You do not have a discussion board week 3, but you will see you have a very light one week 4 that is only worth 5% of your grade. Okay, on to your location stills assignment. So for this assignment, I am your art director. I want you to think of me as a form of a client. You want me to help you with the artistic and creative side of your production. So you're to use your location sales assignment to sell your location to me. Sell your mini doc, sell the vision of your mini doc to me. You want to make me visit this location based on your photography and your comments. So I want you to take your time at your location, and all of these images must be original, taken by you. I do not want you to pull any of these images off the internet. So I want you to pick one location out of the 3 that you researched for your location research assignment. I want you to pay attention to lighting, principles of design, and the formal elements. You need to give me 2 architectural elements or point of interests that help support your story. I also need 6 establishing shots with 6 diagrams, and duplicate images will not be graded. Each of these images that you submit to me must be first time seeing and must be original. So the 6 stills with the 6 diagrams, I provide a template for you. I do need to say that depending on what version of Pages you have, that top header up at the top where you see location option A, that may or may not appear when you open up this template. If it does not appear, do not worry. I do not grade that. It all depends on which version of Pages you have. So again, do not be concerned if your template does not show that top header. Do not feel the need to fill it out. So again, I want you to give me 6 stills of your location that you choose. Kind of think of it as a little bit of a storyboard. Walk me through why these 6 stills you're going to show me is of importance. Show me the shot type. Is it eye level? Is it cowboy? Is it close up? Is it medium close up? Is it is it from which angle is it? Also give me a timestamp as close to the time and minute as you can. And then give me a little description on both the image and of the diagram. When it comes to the diagram, you are able to complete the diagram in any program that you are most comfortable with, whether you want to do it by hand or if you want to use Photoshop, or if you happen to have a program in your back pocket that you feel comfortable with using, you are more than welcome to do that. If you do decide to do your diagrams by hand, I do require you doing it well enough that I can clearly see what you are trying to show me. If you have any writing, I need to be able to read your handwriting. If you do take a photo of a piece of paper that you drew your diagram on, I need to clearly be able to see what it is you are showing me. If I cannot see it, then I cannot grade it. Take advantage of those lighting skills that you learned in location lighting when it comes to taking these stills. Again, if I cannot see what you're trying to show me, I cannot give you a grade for it. So again, 2 architectural elements or 2 major points of interest. Close-up images are typically the best when it comes to this. That way I know exactly what it is you're trying to show me and what it is that you consider a main point of interest. And again, I cannot stress enough, duplicate images cannot be graded. You cannot use images that you have already used. In addition, I want a very quick 150-word write-up telling me why you chose this location, why I should care about it, are the important features, parking, electricity, rental fees, and again, the visual components. Again, I am your art director. I need to know the visual characteristics of why this location is important. Looking ahead to the week 4 panorama assignments, you will be required to give me a 150 to 180 degree panorama of the main view of your location. If your location happens to be taking place inside a building, inside a room, you are more than welcome to do your panorama of the outside of the building. For example, let's say if your location is inside one office room in a hospital, if it's inside one room in a home, you're more than welcome to do your panorama of the outside of the hospital, of the outside of the house. You are able to do this entire assignment with nothing more than your cell phone. The top photo you see of the green grass, that was taken with my Samsung S5 and one clear shot. Your smartphones do have the option of taking a panorama. The bottom image that you see of the brick walkway, that was taken in 4 separate shots with my Canon T5 camera, and then I imported all the images into Photoshop and I stitched them together. So if you aren't able to take your panorama with a smartphone or with a tablet that allows you to take a panorama on one swipe, and if you do have to take individual images, I do require you to stitch them together, and I do expect you to do a well enough job that I cannot tell where one image starts and the other one stops. Again, you don't need to be proficient in Photoshop in order to do this, but I do provide a detailed written and a video that you can follow. And again, I am more than willing to help you should you need any help to do your panorama. You also need to take one reverse shot when you are standing and doing your panorama without moving, I want you to turn around exactly where you were standing and take one shot of what was directly behind you when you took your panorama. The reverse shot is not a panorama. It is not meant to be an over the shoulder shot. It's meant to you meant to turn around in your spot and take one photo of what is directly behind you. This is important so you know what background noises or obstacles that are behind your main focal point that do need to be taken into consideration. In addition, well, just to begin with, I do give you pages templates for each of your additional images. And again, as I keep stating over and over again, duplicate images will not be graded. Images that you provide to me in your panorama assignment, I cannot have already seen in your stills assignment. All these images must be brand new. Again, in addition to the panorama and the reverse angle, I need you to provide to me 6 to 10 possible B-roll or interview shots. I need to see at least 6. You can go up to 10. I also need to see at least 3 to 10 possible distractions. No location is ideal, no location is perfect. Odds are there is a distraction somewhere. I need to see at least 3. You can give me up to 10. I also need one shot of where you plan to pull your power from, whether it's a shot of an outlet in the wall or whatever it happens to be. I need one shot of that. I also need 2 images that clearly show a minimum of 2 principles of design. And what do I mean by that? Well, again, these images must be original and of your surrounding location, and each of the images must demonstrate a minimum of 2 principles of design. Let the images speak for you. I do not need you to tell me which principles you are trying to show me. I should be able to know pretty much directly when I see your image which principles of designs you are trying to show me. Again, pay attention to highlights, shadows, exposure, and white balance. These things can be changed in Lightroom or Photoshop, but no other photo manipulation will be accepted. These 2 images need to highlight your main focal points of your location. This is your final selling point to me. This is your final showcase of whether or not this location is worth filming at. Again, close-up images tend to work better. That way I know exactly what principles of design you were trying to show me. For example, the image in the top right of the trumpet flower, this image shows asymmetrical balance, leading eye movement, and repetition. The image on the lower bottom of the bricks shows again directional line movement, repetition, and pattern. Principles of design: balance, proportion, rhythm, pattern, repetition, movement, emphasis, and unity. And I do provide a PDF for you that gives you the definitions of all of these. And again, a rubric, 20 points for the panorama, 13 for the reverse angle, 12 points for the 6 to 10 interview or B-roll shots, 12 points for the 3 to 10 distractions, 10 points for the one shot of the power location, and then 14 points each for the principles of design, and then 5 points for the correct file name. And again, if you have any questions or concerns, never hesitate to email me. Good luck.